What's up, home bartenders? So you've made your homemade orgeat syrup and you've made a whole bunch of Mai Tais because you know they're freaking awesome. But what next? How else can you use your orgeat? Well, luckily for you, I have made 3 awesome ORGEAT cocktails that aren't Mai Tais, all right? If you're finding me for the first time, I make home bartending a lot easier with homemade syrups, homemade liqueurs, and amazing cocktails, all right? Let's get to it.
All right, so this first one here is called the Japanese cocktail. Simple 3-ingredient, let's do it. So we're starting with brandy or cognac. I'm using Courvoisier, my favorite cognac. We want 2 ounces of brandy or cognac into a mixing glass, a stirring glass, because this is a stirred cocktail. After that, ½ an ounce of orgeat, using our homemade, of course, into there, and then simply a couple dashes of Angostura bitters. This is basically the template for an old-fashioned, where we're using just a spirit, bitters, and a little bit of sugar, the orgeat being our sugar here. So give it a lot of ice, and then give it a nice quick stir down. Lovely. But instead of serving on the rocks like an old-fashioned, we are serving this one in a nice coupe. Nice pour, and we're gonna garnish simply with a lemon peel. Don't forget to express those oils over the drink. And there it is, the Japanese.
Let's try the Japanese cocktail. I'm really amazed I haven't tried this one already. It's the first time. It's not even like cognac, it's a nice cognac base. You do get that nice almond flavor. It's enjoyable. It might be a little too sweet. I might tone a little back on the orgeat. Because think of it, this basically has the ratios of an old fashioned. It's just spirit, sugar, bitters. Our sugar here is the orgeat. I just think ½ an ounce is a bit too much. But other than that, it is a solid cocktail. Moving on.
All right, for this next one, we've got sherry, we've got Smith & Cross. This is Keep Your Dreams A Burnin. All right, so we're gonna start with a manzanilla sherry. That's a dry sherry. If you wanna learn more about sherry, dry versus sweet, check out my complete starter guide to sherry. All right, so 2½ ounces of dry sherry. If you don't have manzanilla, a fino will work great. All right, there's the ½ an ounce. After that, the best rum in the world, Smith & Cross Jamaican pot still rum. We want ½ an ounce. That's gonna give it a lovely funk. Such a flavorful rum. Get yourself a bottle if you don't have one. All right, after that, star of the show today, orgeat. We're gonna do ½ an ounce again. Don't be afraid to use store-bought if you checked out my Mai Tai video recently. Nothing wrong with store-bought orgeat. Okay, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. And then we want 2 peels of lemon. So we're gonna shake this, and this is gonna extract a lot of oils from the lemon. If you don't wanna do this, like lemon bitters would work as well, lemon and lime bitters. All right, and then crushed ice. We're gonna give this a really good shake, and then we're going to serve it in a julep cup. So bring it up, then we're gonna top it off with some crushed ice. This one has a very specific garnish, 3 lemon slices, a cinnamon stick, and then old school style powdered sugar on top.
Keep your dreams a burnin'. I like everything about this cocktail. I like the name. The name's funny. I like that it's a riff on an old school sherry cobbler from like the 1830s, and I love the way it's displayed. It's really old school in a julep cup with the crazy arrangement of garnishes, and then the powdered sugar, which, let's be honest, powdered sugar does nothing. But it's just, I don't know, it's an aesthetics thing and I love it. So hopefully it tastes as good as it sounds. It is very nice. I feel it could use like a touch of, going with the cobbler vein, maybe a little extra fruit, maybe some muddled strawberries or something. The lemon peels are giving it a nice kind of citrus aroma. However, I do think it's missing a little bit of acidity. So I would add like ½ an ounce of lemon juice to it. I'm surprised that wasn't in the recipe. But yeah, it is missing a little acidity. But overall, very enjoyable. And it is low ABV because it's your base ingredient is sherry. So even though there's a little bit of that Smith & Cross, it's not overpowering, it's very easy drinking. All right, moving on.
All right, this next one is kind of a simple sour with a twist. This is Cameron's Kick. We're starting with 1 ounce of Scotch whiskey. I'm using Islay Mist, which is a blended Scotch, but it's a smoky blend. And then we want an ounce of Irish whiskey. So mixing Scottish and Irish today. 1 ounce of Irish whiskey using Tullamore Dew, pretty standard, great whiskey. After that, 3/4 ounce of Orgeat. Hopefully it's not too sweet. And equal parts 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. All right, so simple kind of 3 ingredient sour here, 4 because we're using 2 kinds of whiskey. There we go, shaky shake. We're gonna serve it in a Nick and Nora. And then a lemon peel for garnish. We're gonna express those oils and then decoratively place it on the glass.
The Cameron's Kick, a mix of Scotch, Irish whiskey, and then lemon and orgeat. That is interesting. There's an array of flavors in there. I don't know that mixing the Scotch and the Irish whiskey is what I do. I did pick a smoky Scotch because that's what I like, but I find it is overpowering the orgeat a little bit. Yeah, if I used just like a Johnny Walker, like a fairly straightforward, not an overly smoky Islay, it might be better. It is kind of like overpowering the Irish whiskey. I'm picking up a little nose from the Irish whiskey, but the orgeat is providing sweetness, but that almond flavor kind of gets buried by the whiskey. Yeah, I don't know how I'd fix this. Obviously, no Islay. You know, I would maybe just go full Irish whiskey and just dish the Scotch on this one. Still a nice sour, but not my favorite. All right, time to rate these cocktails. First place, gonna give it to Keep Your Dreams A Burnin. Even though it could use a little bit of correction in my opinion, a little bit more citrus, maybe some muddled berries or something to give it a little extra flavor, but it's still very flavorful. It's easy drinking because it's low ABV, and I just love the aesthetics of it. Everything about it it's call back to those 1800s cobblers and juleps, and yeah, just a really outstanding drink. Second place, gonna give it to the Japanese. It's kind of, like I said, it's very much an old-fashioned style cocktail, just a little too sweet. I would dial back the orgeat. And in last place, the Cameron's Kick. That might be my fault because I may have used the wrong Scotch, but I did find that the smokiness overpowered the drink a little bit. But there are a lot. What is your favorite orgeat cocktail? Do you have another cocktail that's not a Mai Tai, but that uses orgeat? Leave it in the comments below, and we might make it in a future video. Other than that, that's it for me. We'll see you in the next one. Go make some syrups.